I've got a challenge for you. You see this watch? I want to ask you, how did I get that coloured like that? It's a wonderful kind of an antiqued reddish brown. Really goes quite well with this inexpensive Casio daytime. You've seen this watch many times. It sells for approximately $46, $47. Amazon has it for $52. It's just the daytime, that's all it is. It's got the date down here and the day, and you know, second hand and loom, which works. You'll notice, by the way, that this is not as shiny as the one that they sell, and the reason is I sanded it with 1000 grit sandpaper to make the case less shiny. I didn't want a fish lure. I do believe I have a review of this book worked up, but my question is, how did what happened here? Well, here's a hint. Well, what's that? What's that, I ask you? Well, how could it be that colour on that side and that colour on that side? What's this? What's this, eh? The answer is, I coloured it. And what do you use? Well, it's leather, you see. I bought it as kind of this natural. And what I do, this is amazing. You've probably never seen this done before. But what I do is I take an old rag. Now, this old rag was kind of like hippie days, see? And what you do is you take your little finger, like that, and you comes here, see? And you just, I can colour that. I didn't really cover that very well. You can see, like you can see here, that I didn't really get a lot of colouring there, but I'm getting it now. And then you just take this like this and rub it into the leather. You want to be sure you come up and catch that on the edge, or it'll show and won't be coloured well. You can come over here, hit this and this, like this and this. Come over here, hit this one, like that, and you can see. Coming here, coming in there, coming in there. You want to do it evenly, don't you? It won't be even. Everybody got to have theirs, you know. And you come here like this, and come here. And you come like this, see? And we put that like that. And then what we do, see, and this is a beautiful, this is just mahogany kiwi boot poles. There's nothing fancy about something you're wearing like the military with a brown pair of shoes, you know, like a jog foot. I love that word that we use. And you just come in here, you rub-a-dub like that. And then we come and wipe that off like that. Get the sides, come over here. Rubbed up here, rubbed up there, for-de-ro-de-do. That's from Mother Wizard of Oz, if you don't know. For those of you who haven't studied the movies. All right, then. And again, you'll see that the crown is not that shiny. It was manufactured quite a bit brighter, but I just took a small little piece of like 1000 grit sandpaper and don't hit the crystal. I covered it with tape. Be very careful. And then you can take and you put this on. And I'll tell you what, this was a $5 band from AliExpress. Okay, it's leather. I bought a bunch of these. You're going to go a long way to find a band that's better looking than that if you want the antique look. See, it's not uniform completely. It has some areas a little darker than others, but I like that. It's a more complex thing. And I was going to buy a new one of these that was white-faced, and I thought, you know, I've got the black one, but it needed a new battery. I got a new battery for $5 yesterday. And then I had this band, it's a 20 millimeter, that I had bought. I have a bunch of old, you know, or new stock leather bands to put on bands on watches of various colors. And I thought, you know what? This is very, very nice. Now I have seen this. See, I didn't catch that bottom part with coloring. Let's go back and fix that right now. Okay. I don't want coloring everywhere, but I do want it where you can kind of see that. So I'll come here and do it again. You can see how it takes the coloring. It takes the coloring a lot. Okay. Let me put it on. And now you can't see on the bottom side that it was originally tan anymore. There's no indication. Anyway, I just thought I do a lot of customization. I use a Dremel tool with a round stone on it, a twirl stone, on metal bands on the inside edge so that it doesn't bite my hand, my wrist. Anything that touches the hand in a way I don't like or the wrist in a way I don't like, I'm going to grind it up and change the shape, especially on bands. I have actually changed the shaping of crowns unsuccessfully with plastic, cheap, digital watches. I kind of got away from the digital watches. I did this for a long time, and they don't hold my interest. I want an analog watch. It's a faster identification of time, and it's much, much easier with lume. I do look for lume on the hands. At nighttime, when I'm sleeping, I can tell what time it is quickly and easily, and I don't really like pressing the buttons. Plus, with these watches, they have so many buttons when they're digital that you'll throw it off. You'll throw it into a 24-hour mode. You can do a lot of things, change the time just by using it. I don't like that. I don't want to mess with that. So I'm back to just simple analog watches. But anyhow, there you be. And, I think these are, to my eye, that's a very, very good look. And you just get the blonde leather, plain leather band on AliExpress. They have a bunch of them. They'll be quite light in color, like flesh tone. And don't forget, if you disagree totally with everything I've said, what do you expect? I'm the dumb watch guy. I have a very low expectation.